Alright, let's get back in here with RimWorld here. We've got most of this built up. I wanted to set this here. Now, can we, there we go. Alright. So we've got our pin completed. Now, Ayaka, you're on cleaning dirt. What I'm going to do is move the handle animal slightly higher. Can you go... I made the mistake. I didn't build the pin door. Alright. So we're gonna need a fence gate. Grumpy, can you get this first? There we go. Okay, now we're set. Now this is enclosed. Kelly is now building a roof. Once Kelly gets to this part here, she's gonna have to chop down that tree. But now being, we no longer have the malice of being unroofed. It's still outdoors, but it's no longer unroofed. So once we get unroofed, once we get the outdoors thing gone, it won't be losing anything. Here we go. Now that we've got my wooden gate here, Ayaka's now gonna go get Bond. Thank you. And now Bond is just gonna hang out over here. I just noticed this. We have a warg. That could be dangerous this close to our colonists here. But as long as the warg is fed and there's wildlife out there, there's some deer over there, we should be fine. Yeah, Kelly's chopping that down. Alright. So we've got our base. We've got sleeping spots. We've got power. We've got cooling if necessary. Bond is here safely. We've got our recreation set up. We need to worry about food. We've got some packaged survival meals. And currently Grumpy is going to eat some right now. Oh, and here's the thing. Grumpy did one of the major sins in RimWorld. We're going to click on our needs here. So they have food, sleep, recreation, you know, beauty, comfort. They want to be outdoors. They've got a mood here. So they've got positives and negatives. It's the early on in the game. You know, they've got a low expectation. They got optimism. She's also an optimist. So it's pretty high. She just ate some food without a table. Oh, they hate eating without a table. They can't figure out how to stand there and eat their food. It's so awful for them. So awful. You also see that she's in darkness and she doesn't like that as well. So there's two things we're going to do. We're going to go to our furniture section here. We can do a standing lamp, which will show there. I'm just going to do a wall lamp because it's pretty nice. We'll put that right there. That's going to cancel out the darkness thing. One other thing we can do is get a table. Well, we actually have a table already. The problem is we don't have any chairs to eat at the table. So we're going to add a few chairs here. And I am getting actually low on wood because I need wood for this. I'm going to need wood for my fuel generator. All kinds of things. I'm going to go to orders. I'm going to chop wood. We're going to just chop this wood here. And Kelly will get to that because it's on a priority 1. Where is Kelly right now? Kelly is also eating some food. Kelly is also going to have the -3 for 8 without a table. Alright, so we've got Grumpy and Kelly getting stuff available. Ayaka, she's hauling that, but there's other stuff that she can do. Now we wanted to haul some other stuff as well. So we're going to need to get some food. First thing we're going to do is a growing zone. Now we've got our rich growing zone right here. Click this just to make sure. I'm just gonna get a small one here. You know, and we can always expand this later as well. Currently it defaults to potatoes, but we can see we've got a lot of different choices here. And if I check the potato plant, we've got a fertility requirement, so it needs a minimum of 70 to grow, and then sensitivity. So if you look at the little text there, you know, low means it's gonna grow in rich or poor. So potatoes, we can grow in this yellow zone here, and they'll be fine. But you know, potatoes, they're okay. It's got a 14 yield, but because we're in a high fertility zone, we've got some other things to grow for. And corn grows really well in rich soil. Also harvests a lot. So we've got some corn. We're gonna grow some corn. Now, that's gonna give us just corn. We're gonna need to do something about that. So we're gonna go to the production here and get a stove. Now, when you produce your food, you're gonna want your stove in its own separate room, because if the room is dirty, you're gonna get dirty meals and people are gonna get poisoned. So we need this in kind of like its own clean room. And then also, packaged survival meals, they're fine, all right? That's not a problem. Normal food's going to decay for how hot it is. If it's frozen, it won't decay, and you'll have you grow your food and it'll be fine. So we're gonna need a freezer as well. So it's a few things we're gonna need. We're gonna need another cooler, and then we're gonna need a separate room to grow our food. And we kind of want this near this, right? So we're gonna need to get some building done here, and I'm probably gonna need to move my horseshoes. I will reinstall that up here. It'll be fine. So let's think about our stove. Let's get a stove set up. Now it says that right now, yeah, outdoor penalty. That's fine. That's not a problem. We're gonna get a room set up for it, and then we're gonna get a cooler as well. So yeah, that'll be fine. And we're gonna need to get a wall. Now let's see. We'll get a wall here. Get a door. I'm going to need to move this, and then we'll shrink that. Now they'll move that back up there. And let's see. We'll get a door here. Just get a we'll just get a small freezer for now. That'll be fine. And we also want to, you know, set this up as well. So we're just gonna do this. So they'll get their food. I'm gonna get a stockpile for that later, but they're gonna probably get a food stockpile here, take it into here, and then move that into our freezer. So that'll be set up. That'll be our food situation. Yes. All right. I'll come back later once that's all built and we can see it in action. So that's it for growing our food. Although I do want to see Kelly. Yeah, there we go. Kelly's going to get rid of this tree here because it's in the way of growing our food. Kelly. Kelly? I'd like to prioritize so we can see what it looks. Kelly really wants to play some horseshoes, I guess. Alright, well, that'll come back in with that anyway.